The US savings rate is actually twice the amount it was last year. So US financial household assets are around 15%, so double the amount that they were last year held in cash. We're seeing balances that are actually closer to 25 to 30%. And I think the biggest thing is it's really this idea that how do I put capital to work in this environment when everything feels expensive? How do I actually get over that hurdle of cash feels safe? And I think there's two things to keep in mind. So one is that with inflationary concerns and with expected rates of inflation, if you're in cash, it's obviously punitive. It's something that will lose value. The other thing is, I think if we take a little bit of a history lesson in terms of going back to a prior environment, it reminds us a lot of 2009, right? So coming out of the global financial crisis, which was a true systemic crisis, not an exogenous shock like COVID. And if we look at the returns, in 2009, US equities showed a return of about 27%, and it was about 42% outside of the US. And what happened? A lot of people moved their assets into cash, and they said, I'm no longer, this is the end of this recovery. And what we saw since then was US equities returned over 400%. Non-US equity returns were in excess of 250%. We had positive global equity returns in 9 out of the following 11 years. And while cash may have returned about 6%, when we look at that on an inflationary adjusted basis, it's actually negative 14%. So when we see these snapbacks in markets, after a recession, after a drawdown, it's actually the beginning of a new economic cycle, not the end.